Welcome back, students. The topic for today's discussion is input-output statements in Python. First, let me discuss the basic input statement, right? So, how to get the input? If you want to get an integer input, right? You do have data type like integer, float, character, and string, boolean, etc. So, if I want to get an integer input, so I have to store the value in a particular variable. I use identifier here A. If I want to get an integer identifier, I should give it as int input. Inside the input, I am just giving a command, namely enter the A value. Whatever I give something in quotes, single quotes here, this will be getting displayed at the time of getting the input. So let me try to show you three variations. B equal to, now I am trying to get a float input. Here I am using float. Again, input is my statement. What type of input? If I use int na, I am going to get integer input. If I am going to use float na, it means that I am going to enter a float input. Enter the B value. Now, one more type is, if I give a general input statement, either I can enter a character or a collection of characters. Enter a character slash string. Something I am giving. Now let us check how this gets executed. It will be asking for input one by one. See here, enter the A value. For A, since I have used the integer, I am giving the number as 100. If you check the second input, enter the B value. I am entering 25.5. Then it is asking me to enter a character or a string. I am typing welcome to learn Python in an easier way. So I am trying to type a string there. When I give the enter, that's it. Why? Because the program gets only the input. It would not do anything. I have written 3 lines, one to get an integer input, one to get a float input, and one to get a character or a string input. People will be having a doubt. What if I try to give, 12 for a float value? Let me run the program once again. Integer value means without decimal. So I am trying to enter 10 here another time. Now, here people will be having a doubt. Enter the value of B. B here I have to enter a float value. Can I have or can I enter a value as 5? Whether the system will accept. Let us check whether the system will accept it or not. I think the system has accepted it, and hence it is not throwing an error. I said earlier in the previous example, when I run the same code, I have entered a string. Now I am trying to enter a character. I am trying to enter a character as V in capital letter. Is this also the system has accepted? And people will be having one more doubt. What will I be able to enter will I be able to enter a decimal point value in an integer input? A equal to int input is a statement. People will be having a doubt. Can I enter like this? 100.765. Let us check whether it is throwing a error. That is, let us check whether this input is accepted by the system. Why? Because we have given, we are supposed to enter a value in integer, but we are trying to enter a value in decimal. See here, the system throws an error called as value error. The system throws an error called as value error. And they have clearly mentioned it as invalid literal for int input with the base 10. For an integer, I have used above input, I have used int. I am supposed to use only non-decimal values. I have tried to enter a value with the decimal, and hence it shows this error. Kindly remember this one. This error is called as value error. So how to rectify this one? There is no error in the code, but when you are trying to enter the input, we are unable to enter it. See here. If I enter an integer value, that is without decimal, it will not throw any error. It goes to the second input. It is trying to ask for another floating value input. Now I'm trying to give a floating value input that is with the decimal point. And one more doubt people will be having. What? Sir, can we enter a number for the third input? That is, when if it is a simple input now, that is we input without any int or float now, it is going to get a character or a string. This is what I have typed it as. I am trying to give 1, 2, 3. Is it 123? Yeah. We will check when we are trying to see the print statement, right? Whether this one is treated as a string or this 1, 2, 3 is treated as 123. Let us check how it is. So it is accepting 1, 2, 3 also. But we don't know whether it is 123 or 1, 2, 3. So what is 123 and what is 1, 2, 3? 123 is a number, whereas here, if something is there in string, now we call it, we cannot use the numericals. So I am trying to use it as 1, 2, 3 alone. Now let us move on to the print statement. Let me try to add here itself. Basic print statement. Print A, comma, B, comma, C. We have got 3 input and we are trying to print all the 3 values. We have print is a statement which displays the value that is present in those variables, namely A, B, C, on the screen. Print is a statement, again I repeat, print is a statement that displays the value on the screen. Now let me run this code once again. You do have different forms of print statement or different formats. Let us discuss one by one. It is asking for A value. I am giving 100. B value as floating point, it has asked 76.54. Then it is asking for C value. I am typing good morning here. See, if I give A comma B comma C. I am trying to print the values of A comma B comma C. It means 100, 76.54 good morning is occurring in the same line. I have given all the inputs in the same line. Instead, I am trying to issue 3 print commands. And I want to check the same. What would be the result? Again, let me run the same code. It is asking for the A value. A value I have entered it as 100. B value 76.54. C value, it is good morning. Line number 6 has printed all the answers in a single line. Line number 6. Line number 6 has printed. Yes, I have not entered it. See, line number 6 is responsible for printing all the values of A, B, and C in a single line. When I give separate print statement, print A, print B, print C, it prints one by one each data in one single row. It prints each data in one single row. I do have one more doubt. I am issuing a print statement like this. Print. Unfortunately, I have given like this. Instead of A comma B comma C, I have printed A, B, C, everything in single quotes. A in single quotes or B in A is in single quotes, B in single quotes, and C in single quotes. Now let us run the same thing here. When I am trying to enter the A value, now A value, the value I have entered is 100. B value is 76.54. C value is good morning. Now when I give the enter key, line number 6 to 10 gets printed. Why? Because print statement displays the output on the screen. So you are going to have 5 outputs starting from line number 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 respectively. Line number 6 we have discussed already. 7, 8, 9 also we have discussed already. See, instead of A, if I give A in quotes, you are not going to get the value. You are going to display the same thing in quotes. Whatever I have given in quotes, that will be displayed as it is. Now let me check once again. Print learning output statement. Right, this one. Since the input you people remember, I am typing as it is. The third one is good morning. Now we are trying to check what will be the output for line number 11. I am giving in single quotes. See here, since 10 also I have explained, if instead of the variable, if the variable is given in quotes, you will not be getting the value. Why I am not getting 100, why I am getting A na? Instead of the variable, printing the variable, that is the value present in the variable, you are printing the variable itself. If you give it in quotes now. Line number 11 prints, or it clearly states that whatever you give something within quotes, that will be displayed as it is. All right. And then another two more thing, that is print statement we have to check. Let us try to give double quotes also. Value of A equal to. I am trying to give A, print value of B equal to. I have intentionally given the spelling of value as wrongly in line number 13, that in within quotes. Let us check what is the output it delivers. Then I am trying to use single quotes also. Value of C is equal to. I am trying to print C. I am trying to print C. Then one more thing. Print A comma is the value of A. I am trying to remodify the print. B comma is the value of B. So let us check with this one. Again, I am entering the same input 100, 76.54. For C, I am entering good morning. Now we are here to check what would be the output for line number 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. We have seen the other input also. So learning output, something which is given there fully in quotes, that is getting displayed. Here, instead of 100, line number 12 prints the output as value of A. Why? Because when you are giving something in quotes here, that is getting displayed as it is in the output statement. It is getting displayed on the screen along with the value. Similarly, I have typed with a spelling mistake, that also it is getting displayed as it is. If I give x is equal to in quotes, instead of value of B, you will be having x is equal to. Value of C is equal to, this is the value which you have obtained, that is good morning here. This is giving me clearly that value of C is good morning. Whereas when you run the other type of print statement, that is A comma is the value of A na, is the value of A is present in quotes. So it is going to appear as it is. The value of A is 100. 100 is the value of A. 76.54 is the value of B. And one more thing I said with respect to the number or a character, what it would be. A equal to, I just use one variable, name equal to input of enter your name, right? Print my name. This is, since this is present in quotes, it will be coming as it is. The identifier name is name. Now let us run this one. It is asking to enter a name. When people are giving James Bond 007, again it will display James Bond 007. So it is accepting both. It is not a number here. This 007 is not a number here. It is a string here. That is 007 is a string here. To clarify this one, name one. Let me give one more example. Input, enter your name. Name 2. Input, enter your name. So now let us check this one. If I use print, name 1 plus name 2, I am trying to check whether if I enter an integer value for a string input, if I try to add, what kind of input it throws. We will be discussing this one elaborately in a chapter called as string manipulation. Even then, with respect to the basics, let us check. Enter your name. A student is entering the name as 34. Actually, it is 34. He has entered a number 34 for a string. For another input, he has entered 78, which is 78. So it will be appearing it as when I'm trying to do the plus symbol, right? Let us check what it is. It is 3478. People will be thinking now, you people can clearly say that when I'm trying to add 34 plus 78, my answer would be what? 112. My answer would be 112. If you want to reconfirm it, I can show you. Name equal to 34. Name 2 equal to 78. See, these are numbers as of now. Print name 1 plus name 2. Print name 1 plus name 2. For the previous one, we got the output as 3478. Sir, here you have assigned the value. Now let us give int input of enter the name. The same thing, right? We are not supposed to use this one, the variable name here. But whatever we give it in quotes, it is going to appear as it is. So we have used it. Input, enter the name. This would be the last topic of the session. So now let us rerun the same program. I am trying to give the number as 3, 4 and 7, 8 respectively. Now I am getting the answer as 1, 1, 2. See, for the previous one, I am getting 3, 4, 7, 8. So remember that when you are using simple input statement without int or float, if you enter a digit or a collection of digit, it will be treated as a character and it will not be treated as a number. And one more thing I would like to highlight, for an integer input, if you try to give a float value, that is decimal point value, the system will throw an error called as value error, which also has been explained. I hope this particular topic, input output statements, are clear. With this note, I end the session.